Picture this. It's a dark and wet night. Your car has skidded off the road, and you're on an amazing adventure through a lit tunnel. Here we follow Martha as she deciphered a message of love and sacrifice left by her late grandma and uncovered a long-hidden mystery. Are you prepared to learn the irrevocable impact that an accident had on her life? Join me on Beyond the Light. My name is Charlotte. Embark on a journey with us that will provoke contemplation of aspirations, selflessness, and the essence of family love. Hear it with pleasure. Hi, I'm Martha, and I'm just your average American lady going through the motions. After a hard day at the office, I was driving home on a country road on a rainy night in the middle of November. Despite the poor vision and slick surface, all I wanted was to get home and lie down and relax. Was exhausted, and my thoughts raced back and forth between yesterday's events and tomorrow's agenda. An abrupt turn materialized right in front of my eyes. I was unable to respond in time. I went careening off the road in a second as my car's wheels lost traction. The truck went into a series of rolls before finally stopping in a ditch. An abnormal quietness followed the ear-piercing crash. A sudden, excruciating agony radiated through my entire body, and suddenly it was over. A complete blackout ensued. It was as if I were detached from my physical form, observing the accident site from a vantage point above. My body was ensnared inside my destroyed car, which had twisted metal. Like being in a dream, the vision seemed completely unreal. I was numb to the dampness and chill of the persistent downpour. A comforting warmth and tranquility began to wash over me. Afterwards, I came to a bright, welcoming light at the end of a dark tunnel. As I started to make my way towards the light, I had the sensation that it was pulling me in and that I was floating on air. Despite the tunnel's length and narrowness, I remained fearless. Actually, I felt very peaceful and at peace. Through the tube I passed nebulous beings who appeared to recognize my presence. As they murmured words of solace and encouragement, these figures exuded love and warmth. They reassured me that I should not be worried and that everything will be fine. I emerged from the darkest part of the tunnel into a room illuminated by warm, golden light. There was an unfathomable joy and tranquility there. My grandma Helen, who had passed away a long time ago, stood before me. Her loving expression and charming grin were unchanged. Embarking on a profound and comforting bond, I hurried over to embrace her. To my grandma, I said, "Grandma, it's so good to see you," my voice tinged with emotion. "Yes, my darling. But you haven't earned it just yet," she responded with a gentle yet strong tone. Despite the overwhelming sense of letdown, I was determined to pay attention. "Why am I here then?" Looking directly into my eyes, Grandma grasped my hands. "You should be aware of certain things, Martha. Please know, first and foremost, that you have my undying love and the utmost respect. I have, however, concealed something from you for quite some time. Long ago, I gave up something important for the sake of my family. I missed out on a once-in-a-lifetime chance that could have altered the course of my life, so that your mom might have a better life and so that you could have all the chances. I did it. In all my years of living, I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to tell you, but I can't seem to get the chance." With wide eyes, I gazed at Grandma. "What kind of opportunity, Grandma?" "I received a lifelong dream job offer that would have moved me far away. You and your mother would have to say goodbye. I sacrificed my dream so that you two could have everything you needed, but I knew I couldn't do it." I was profoundly moved by Grandma's words. At first, I was confused. It felt like the world was spinning out of control for me. "Grandma, I didn't know." "I don't want you to feel bad about yourself, but I do want you to know that you shouldn't ever let fear or duty prevent you from pursuing your aspirations. May you experience life to the fullest, free from any remorse. Nothing has come of the letter I penned just before I passed away. In my former home's living room, It's concealed beneath a painting. Words I had to tell you are in it. I felt the light surrounding me diminish as I embraced for the final time. With a newfound consciousness, I was back in my body, experiencing the agony and bewilderment. As the ambulance's sirens drew near, I realized my life was about to change in an instant. As I lay in the hospital that night, I thought about Grandma's remarks. A tornado of feelings and ideas swirled around in my head. What I had experienced was unbelievable to me. Was it real, or was it just a delusion brought on by the accident? But I knew deep down that it was genuine. Surprisingly, Grandma's comments resounded clearly in my thoughts. I went to Grandma Helen's old house after I had recovered for a few weeks. A place filled with love and joyful memories. It was one I frequented frequently as a child. I knelt down before the picture in Grandma's living room, my hands quivering with fear. My pulse was racing as I delicately removed it from the wall. Hidden behind it, I uncovered a little weathered envelope. Truly, it existed. This was no dream. I took my time opening the envelope and read the letter inside. Dear Martha, this letter signifies that I have finally discovered a technique to express my deepest desire to you. Love for our family compelled me to make a tough choice, and sacrifices are inevitable in life. My sacrifice, though, must not weigh you down. No matter what happens, I hope you never stop following your passions and your aspirations. An prominent European firm sent an employment offer to me a long time ago. This chance came once in a lifetime, fulfilling a lifelong ambition of mine. I missed out on the chance to see the globe, collaborate with industry heavyweights, and experience life on an epic scale. However, it entailed abandoning your unborn child and your mother, who was only a young girl at the time. No way. I sacrificed my dreams so that your mother may have a stable and secure existence. I couldn't abandon my family. My goal was to make sure she was taken care of, and that meant staying. Despite my contentment with my decision, the weight of that unfulfilled ambition lingered within me. In spite of everything, I would still choose the same option 1,000 times over. Martha, you are not obligated to do the same. Break free from the constraints of fear and responsibility. Trust your gut and savor every moment of life. You possess an incredible inner strength that has long been an inspiration of mine. Have faith in yourself and your aspirations at all times. My dear Grandma Helen, with all my love. The things my grandma said made me gasp for air. I was taken aback, startled, and profoundly affected. Her selflessness in sacrificing herself for us was completely unknown to me. Her letter taught me to live in the now, to never look back with regret, and to follow my heart no matter what. It also offered me a fresh outlook on life. I sat in Grandma's old living room, holding the letter close to my chest, and a new sense of resolve washed over me. It was as if I had discovered the secret to a new understanding of my life up until that point. Everything about it felt altered. Because of Grandma's remarks, I am now able to look forward with fresh eyes and confront the future fearlessly. In order to figure out my life's purpose, I took a vacation from work. I wanted to live a genuine and satisfying life in appreciation of Grandma's sacrifice. I devoted whole days to contemplation, journaling, and trying to figure out my life's mission. During this time, I picked up painting again, a hobby I'd put on the back burner a long time ago because of the demands of daily life. Making art brought me a profound serenity and a bond with my true self that I had never known before. I felt like I was getting closer to my authentic self with every stroke of the brush. What I had always wanted to do but had put off was travel the world and experience different cultures, so I started looking into new work prospects that might make that possible. I recalled Grandma's advice and understood that I could do without regret and terror any longer. I had to stop letting life happen to me and start making my own decisions. I stumbled into Grandma's hidden diary one day as I was going through her belongings. It was her childhood journal, filled with experiences and events I had never heard about before. As I read it, I learned about a strong, independent lady who had prioritized her family above all else, but who had also experienced intense joy and passion. My appreciation for everything she had done had grown, and I felt a stronger bond with her. After giving it some thought, I felt prepared to make a major choice. I took a job offer in a faraway city since I knew it would be a great opportunity for my career and personal development. I had to make a tough choice, but I was certain it was the best one. I departed with an optimistic and appreciative heart, remembering Grandma's teachings and words of wisdom. As I explored my new city and tackled new initiatives, I could always feel Grandma's loving hand on my shoulder, offering guidance and protection. I will never be by myself. Thus, we are left with numerous questions and observations by Martha's story. The text prompts us to reflect on the decisions and compromises we encounter every day. The story of Martha and her grandma Helen helps us reflect on the value of following our hearts and pursuing our passions, but it also makes us question how much we are prepared to sacrifice for the love of those around us. Because to her grandmother's advice, Martha was able to refocus her life. But if we had been in her shoes, what would we have done? Is it possible for us to put our dreams on hold for the benefit of people we care about? What will our emotions be like afterwards? Conversely, given the weight of our obligations, how critical is it that we pursue our passions without reservation? The moral of the narrative is that we should consider our responsibilities to others alongside our wants. What wisdom can we glean from Martha's bravery and Helen's selflessness? Everyone who has read thus far is welcome to leave a comment with their ideas and opinions. At what point in your life did you have to make a tough decision? What aspirations have you abandoned, and which ones are you going for head-on? Get in on the discussion and subscribe for more thought-provoking articles and introspective thoughts. Our ultimate goal is to bring together like-minded individuals who will encourage and uplift one another as we all go through life's twists and turns. We would love to hear your tale. By sharing our stories with one another, we can draw strength and wisdom from one another's struggles.